Like, how many bad decisions by a megalomaniac, possibly sociopathic billionaire do you have taken to have ended up in court in the sort of trouble that Diddy is now? Celebrity rapist, or alleged celebrity rapist, Sean Diddy Combs, who is very much the headliner of the New York crime calendar this month. You know, big things for Sean Diddy Combs going on at the moment. I mean, he hasn't had a hit in 15 years. This is his biggest hit for 15 years. This is how you do it, guys. PR-wise, marketing-wise. You want to get your face back in the news, back in the papers, increase that profile. You know, I'm not saying you got everything right, but, we're talking about him. His trial begins in New York this week. Diddy, better known as Diddy, the famous rapper, producer. He was, of course, arrested last year after, I mean, really it was an exercise in a rich guy, a very rich man, making incredibly poor decisions for a rich guy, right? That's basically what he did. He made incredibly bad decisions for a man of his high net worth.
Sean Combs accused of rape and physical abuse by his ex Cassie.
Because, that is the danger that some very, very rich people find themselves in. Like, they're no longer broke. They're no longer even, wealthy or very wealthy in the respect that, they might be endangered by their wealth. Like, people might get jealous. They might try to rob them. Because when you're on $200,000 a year, if you're just wealthy, if you're just like upper middle class, if you like, your BMW, your nice watch, your nice suits, all of that could get lifted. So that's your life when you're sort of wealthy or upper middle class wealthy. But now you're like Diddy. Now you're rich. Now you're super rich. Now you've been lifted out of those neighborhoods, away from those risks. You've escaped a lot of that danger, those dangers. But you don't escape danger entirely. It's just a different kind of danger now. It's been scaled up, like, along with your finances as you've got richer, as the repercussions of your financial decisions have got more serious. So too have the dangers and the risks of other decision making. Now you move in elite circles. Now you move via private plane to VIP parties. Now you hang with guys who own islands, even. It's a life of privilege. It's a life of being removed from risk, removed from dangers that you may vaguely remember from your life once lived. But the con to that to all that financial freedom and excess and opulence, is that the danger that you are now in, instead of that street level danger, is making poor, scaled up with your finances, horrendous decisions. Right? That is the danger that you are now swimming in every day as a CEO of a global conglomerate bad boy entertainment. And I swear to God, right, there is a whole subset of the super rich who reach that level of wealth. They reach that level of control, but they also have the ego and the narcissism to match the bank balance. And they don't therefore want to pay the lawyers and the advisors and the fixers because they think that they know how to do everything. They have to be in control. Like, as far as they're concerned, they're the main character in the movie, aren't they? They're the protagonist. This is a story about Sean Combs and how much I win at everything. I'm always in control. I made the decisions, right? Main character syndrome, I believe I've seen it referred to as. And I think that in their mentality, they're like, I just don't need advisors. I don't need fixers and 10 different lawyers. I'm the CEO. I know best. I got myself here, didn't I? I got myself this far. So, fuck hiring another 5 lawyers, another 5 overpriced, Harvard-educated tossers. What do I need them for? I got myself here. I can handle this just fine. You guys have got your fucking degrees. You haven't got street smarts. But, like, had Diddy got a good lawyer before this blew up, if he'd got a good lawyer, a fixer before that wasn't, overloaded with all of his other stuff, all of his business ventures, this contract, that thing over here. If he had 4 or 5 other lawyers ready to catch, maybe managed a deal with Cassie when they split up. Cassie's the lady that's, tabled the allegations, really horrendous allegations. And she was going for a deal initially. It's only the fact that he said no to the deal. The whole thing went... So if they'd managed to deal with Cassie when they originally split up, right? Or even years later, if the fixer had phoned her up and gone like, yeah, look, he's disgusting, he's gross, he's going to therapy. He is. Here's the proof. Look, I'll show you. He's going to therapy twice a week. He says he's really sorry. He'll pay you any settlement, any figure that you want. Just please don't tell the cops. And this whole thing could have been avoided. He wouldn't be looking at like 50 years in a federal jail if he had just scaled up the lawyers to match his bank balance, to match his poor decision making. But what did he do?
Also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
What did he do? He was like, he said, these are disgusting allegations. He said, I refute them entirely. He said, I'm insulted by them.
Diddy vehemently denying the claims he calls offensive and outrageous.
They are disgusting, said Sean Combs, when he was first accused of myriad horrendous allegations that I won't sour your mood with. So they're disgusting allegations. I refute them. I'm insulted by them. They are disgusting. And then they released a tape, right? The CCTV tape of him just, doing what he's doing on this video. And then his response, he goes, well, okay, that is me. He goes, I'm disgusted by myself. Like this is disgusting now. This is what's disgusting. Like, are you sure, Sean? Are you positive? Because a minute ago you said that the allegations were. Now this is what even is disgusting anymore? And like, I'm not saying that. I want to live in a world where rich men can wriggle out of trouble, can wriggle out of the repercussions of their crimes, and certainly not of this nature. But I do think it's kind of funny when somebody of that level of wealth is ostensibly brought down by nothing more or little more than their own arrogance. So that's really what his crime is in America. That's what he did wrong. Like, think of all the other rich, mostly white men, but rich men. Think of all of the other ones who have done horrendous stuff, probably loads worse than Diddy. What is the difference between them and Sean Combs? Good lawyers. Good lawyers on the phone go like, you didn't say anything, did you? No. I just read the accusation, then I kept my mouth shut, just like you told me. All right, good stuff. Smart move. I'll speak to you later. But instead, we are left to form the perception that the exchange, the conversation, the negotiation went something along the lines of, how much does she want? The lawyer is like, $25 million. Oh, hell no. Tell that bitch I'll see her in court. Like, how many bad decisions by a megalomaniac, possibly sociopathic billionaire like Diddy, how many bad decisions from somebody like that do you have to have taken to have ended up in court in the sort of trouble that Diddy is now? With the capital that guy commands. What level of poor decision making do you need to have exhibited to still land in jail against the backdrop of so many other billionaires just, getting off scot-free? Like Epstein had that easy case down in Florida. Kevin Spacey, Prince Andrew, Harvey Weinstein we spoke about the other day. He's probably going to get out. Bill Cosby's out. What's his name? Bill O'Reilly from Fox News. He paid the woman like $80 million or something insane to sign her to like an NDA agreement so she could never talk about whatever it was that he did to her that was worth an $80 million check to shut her up. All of these guys, all of these men who were like, yeah, I'll just get my lawyers to take care of that nasty business. How bad do you have to have fucked up as a billionaire like Diddy to land yourself in the sort of trouble that he has, in spite of his wealth, in land of the free, where basically every other billionaire would never spend a day in jail, would they?
Just another video with